everyone. A very good afternoon to you all. Welcome to the first lecture of Performance Management paper of ACCA. I hope all of you are doing well. We are going to be starting with an orientation session in which I will walk you through the entire paper, how it's going to look like, what you should be getting up for. Okay, so I'll put up the slide. All right. So, before we get into the details of the paper, I will introduce myself and I will want to hear from you also what you are doing, where are you from. Okay, so I'll begin. I am Anushka Jain, your mentor for the paper of performance management of ACCA. I am a chartered accountant qualified in 2017 and ACCA I qualified in 2019, both of them in their very first attempt. After I qualified as a CA, I started working with Coca-Cola in Bangalore, and I started off my career in the internal controls division. And it was my interest in learning more and studying more that brought me to ACCA. I took up the course, and since I was a CA, I had to appear for just the papers at the final level, and that is, the two papers, SBL and SBR, which are the mandatory papers. And out of the optional papers, the first paper which I selected was Advanced Financial Management. So that started off my journey for ACCA in 2019 June, and I got World Rank 2 and All India Rank 1 in the paper. And then I appeared SBL and SBR in September 2019, and that I qualified. And then post that, I qualified APM in the December 2019 attempt. And with that, the qualification was complete for me. And in 2020, I took up the coaching of ACCA students. So it's been about 5 years now that I have been tutoring students. I have taught many batches of AFM, APM, FM, and PM. So currently, we have FM, PM, and AFM going on for the students. So, coming back to my professional journey, as I told that I started off with Coca-Cola. I then moved on to Pernod Ricard India. Pernod Ricard is an alcoholic beverage company in India, based out of France. And then I moved on to Flipkart in the business finance role of fintech, which is financial technology. So, a completely new age role. And post that, I again got a call back from my ex company, which is Pernod Ricard. And currently, I am heading finance for Northeast sales. So, I'm based out of Guwahati, which is also my hometown. And it's been going great with the classes and with the work. So I really, really enjoy taking classes for the students, and it just boosts my energy levels whenever I have the class to take. So that's about me. And now I would want to hear about you, what you are doing currently, whether this is your first paper or you have attempted and passed some other papers of ACCA. Where are you based out of? If you're working, where are you working? Please let me know your details. You can use the chat box function and share your details with me. So it helps me to understand how the batch is structured. So would request you to share your name, your city, your qualification, if you have attempted any paper. That would be great. So let's start. And if any one of you has taken my classes earlier, be it any other subject, could be FM, so do let me know. Balkrishna is from Shimla, has done BCom and CA interqualified, currently student of CA final and ACCA. Great. Have you done any other paper of ACCA, or is this your first paper, Balkrishna? Minky says Pinky from Kolkata, CA finalist and homemaker, and has given FR. Okay. So Pratik is pursuing CA final from Kolkata. And do mention if it's your first paper. Saurav is working in American Express and has cleared a few papers. Okay, very good. Good, good. Nitika is this is the last skill level exam, and I'm currently a full-time student. I'm from Patiala. Okay, great. Kavya, it's the first paper for Kavya. Okay. Yeah, understood. Okay, that's good to hear. So we have a mixed batch. Some are giving ACC paper for the first time. Some have already completed the skills level, and this being the last paper. Aditya has done graduation from DU and currently working in Air India Finance. Oh wow, nice. Good. Then Gayatri is from Hyderabad. BCom graduate pursuing CA Inter. It's my is it your first paper in ACCA, Gayatri? I think the word got missed. Ritesh is from Mumbai. Have done MCom in April and I'm working in US-based accounting firm. Have given FR 2 days ago. All right. Okay. So that's good to hear. One request would be all to all of you is to be regular in the classes. It really is important to have regular touch with the students, because if you are logging in on one day and not logging in on others, it just breaks the rhythm for you. Okay, and I don't want that to happen. So please be regular in the classes. It will be very helpful. Okay. So now on that note, we will begin the orientation session and I'll walk you through the things you need to know before we start off our curriculum formally. So, performance management is a computer based exam. PM is a computer based exam, no pen and paper. You have to give the exam on a computer. You may go for a center based exam, or you may go for a remote exam. That is, you give your exam from your home. So, there are two options which ACCA provides. Whichever is suitable for you, go for that. First preference, obviously, if it's possible, should be for center-based exam, because the management of the exam, it's with the center. You don't have to worry about internet, computer, anything. It's their job. So first preference would be to go for a computer-based exam, sorry, center-based exam. If not, and if it's okay with you and you have past experience of a remote exam, then you can go for that also. But in any mode, the exam will be on a computer. So from today onwards, make sure whenever you are logging into the class, log in using a laptop. How many of you are logging using a laptop today? All of you, or anyone is there on mobile? Pinky is on mobile, okay. Saurabh Supratik is on a laptop. Ritesh is on laptop. Kavya is on mobile. Okay, that's okay. This is your first lecture. No problem. Going forward, please use a laptop to log in. Those of you who are using a mobile phone, I'll tell you many reasons for that. Number one is that we are going to be doing a lot of question practice in class, and it has to be done on either Excel or MS Word. The reason is I don't want you to be practicing on pen and paper today throughout your preparation journey and give an exam on computer. Students, although they know all the concept, they just flunk because they are not able to accustom themselves to the change in the mode of writing. You may know everything, but you're not able to execute it on the laptop when you have to do it during exam. So if you start practicing from today, few things which will happen is your typing speed will improve, because when you're doing a computer based exam for the first time, you may not have used computers or laptops as much. Your typing may not be good. Some of you may have a very high typing speed, but some of you may not have that. So if you are practicing on laptop from day one itself, you will get accustomed to the laptop mode of typing the answers. Second is your typing speed will improve. The errors which you make while typing, that will come down over time. So that has to begin from day one itself. Today is going to be more or less about the introduction to the paper. So that's okay. You can do it on mobile. But next class onwards, please log in using a laptop. And those of you who have logged in using a laptop, please continue to do so. It's much needed because PM is going to be a mix of theory and practical, and you will need to use Excel and Word to solve a lot of questions. So you will need laptop. Okay. So performance management is a computer-based exam. Approach to examining. There is no choice in this exam. All questions have to be answered. There are going to be X number of questions, which we'll come to. There are going to be X number of questions. All of them are going to be mandatory. There is not going to be any optional question in the exam. Okay. So please remember that you have to solve all the questions. Nothing is going to be optional. Just give me 1 second, please. Yeah. So there is no negative marking. Okay. So rest assured, you have to write all the answers. Don't leave anything in the fear that you will get negatively marked. No negative marking. So therefore, attempt all the questions. Okay. Exam duration will be of 3 hours and pass mark is 50%. Meaning to say, if it's going to be a 100-mark paper, you have to score minimum 50 to pass. And exam duration is 3 hours, right? And there is no bifurcation as in reading time, typing time, nothing like that. Total time, the timer will start for 3 hours and you have to complete the entire paper in this duration. Are you with me so far? Anyone having any doubt? Please pause me then and there and type it out in the chat box and I'll take it up. Okay. So there are going to be 3 sections in the exam. This table is very, very important. If you're taking up the paper for the first time, please listen to me carefully and let me know if you don't understand anything. So there are going to be 3 sections, section A, B, and C. Section A and B are going to be objective test questions. It's not MCQ, let me be clear. It's an objective test question. You may be asked to just answer in one word. You just have to type in one word. You may have to choose from multiple choice options. You may have to choose 2 options. So any variety of question, you may have to match the options. So different type of questions can come. But these are going to be objective type. It is computer marked. Okay, no human involvement is there. It is evaluated directly by the computer. So how are they different now? Let's understand. So both of them are objective tests and both of them are marked by the computer. Okay. So this section now, section A, it's going to comprise of 15 questions. How many questions? 15 questions. Each question is going to carry 2 marks. So 15 into 2, 30 marks are there in section A. Then section B is also objective test. It's going to have 3 questions. Now these 3 questions will be scenario based. So what's the difference from section A question? Each of these 15 questions are going to be independent of each other. They do not have any scenario. They're not interrelated with each other. Whereas in section B, there are going to be 3 unique questions and each of these questions are going to have 5 subparts. I'm repeating myself. Listen to me carefully. Section B will have 3 questions, 3 scenario-based questions. And each of these questions will have 5 sub-questions. And each of these 5 sub-questions will carry 2 marks. So, each of this question, definitely it will carry how many marks? 5 into 2, 10 marks. And these 5 questions, 5 sub-questions of each scenario type, they could be interrelated. So it will be based on the same scenario that might be interrelated. So always solve these questions in the same order in which they are given. Okay. Whereas the first 15 questions, you can solve them in any order that you want. So section A, 15 questions, 2 marks each, 30 marks. And they are all independent but objective test questions. I'll be showing you some questions, don't worry. I'll show you a sample paper also for you to understand what type of objective test questions come. And then section B question, there are going to be 3 scenarios, and each of these scenarios will carry 5 sub questions, and these 5 questions will also carry 2 marks each. So the total marks in section B is 30. So that adds up 30 plus 30, 60 marks are objective test questions. All of these questions are marked by a computer. So whether your answer is right or wrong, there's not going to be any human involvement. It will be marked by a computer. Then comes section C questions. Now section C is a constructed response question, or you can, in simple words, say descriptive questions. You have to write properly in these types. You have to solve questions. Okay. Here you're going to have 2 questions. 2 scenario. Again, this is also scenario based questions. 2 different scenarios will be given to you. And each of these questions is going to carry 20 marks. Ma'am, is there going to be just one question for 20 marks? No. This 20 marks will also be broken down into subparts, but the number of subparts and the marks each subpart will carry, that is not defined. It could be 6 plus 4 plus 10. It could be 5 plus 8 plus 7, anything. Anything. So, but it will total up to 20 for each scenario. So 2 questions, 20 marks each, that is 40 marks. So total 5 scenarios you're going to read. 3 in section B and 2 in section C. So Saurabh says question with 2 marks, wherein we select 2 options as our answer marked as incorrect. If we select 1 wrong option and 1 right, yes. In section A and B, if a question is asking you to select 2 options, sometimes there could be 4 options also that you're asked to select. Your complete answer has to be right. There is no step marking. Either it is 2 marks or you get 0. So let's say you were asked to select 2 options and you selected just 1. So 1 correct and 1 incorrect you selected. It's not like you will get 1 mark. You will get 0. So your answer has to be 100% right for you to get marks in section A and B. I hope it is clear. Saurabh, did you understand? So both the options will have to be right for you to get the marks. Okay, so this is the structure. Now, please take 2 minutes, observe the slide, go through it, let me know if it's fine. Anything which comes to your mind, different iterations, permutation, combination, please ask me. Take 2 minutes, just observe what is going to be the exam pattern, because it's very important to know what you are preparing for. Okay, go through it, let me know when you're done. So yes, some topics are specified that they get tested in section C, not necessarily in section B. But there's no such thing over here. I'll tell you some important topics whenever we get into those chapters. But please do not fall for important or non-important topics. Anything and everything can get tested. But as the chapters come, I'll tell you that please consider this as an important topic. Normally, these get tested regularly in the exams. Okay. Is it clear, everyone? Can I move to the next slide? All right, perfect. So let's move to the next slide. So, what are the top resources that you need to pass this exam? Very, very important. And we're going to talk about all these five resources, the top five things which you need to know. And if you're able to do this, you are through. Okay. So, first thing is trainings from VGLD. All right. So, we are going to be having classes regularly. It's going to be on Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the morning, 7 a.m. to 9:30. And on Saturdays, we are going to have the class from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. So we are going to meet 4 times in a week. Okay. And let me assure you, we are going to cover everything in the class itself. I'll not tell anything that you study this on your own. If there is a topic which is relevant for exam, it will get covered in the class. So you do not have to worry of doing any self study of topics. But yes, I will be giving you homework questions that you have to do on your own, of course, that I can't do for you. So you have to do homework questions. Okay. So we're going to be doing a lot of question practice in class also. I'm just telling you how the classes are going to flow. So we are going to do a lot of question practice in the class. We are going to follow VGLD publication of the performance management paper. I hope all of you have got the book. Please confirm yes or no. We are going to be following VGLD publication. Not yet. A lot of you have not got it. Okay. Uh, if you have registered recently, maybe that's why you have not got it. Just reach out to the VGLD team, Sandeep. Yeah, so you reach out to Sandeep. He will share it with you. Okay. He will share the books with you. So just stick to this one book. I know what happens is when you're new and young and when you're studying, you feel like, okay, we'll cover so many books and all. But I'm telling you, if you just stick to one book and your concepts are clear, questions, because any question is not going to get repeated in the exam. Something that has happened, come before doesn't get repeated. So your concepts have to be clear for you to attempt the questions which come in exam. So learn in class properly. Ask as many doubts as you want. There is no problem in that. But stick to one book. Okay. So we are going to be following VGLD book in the class. If there is going to be any need of extra questions, I myself will give it to you. So you don't have to search through different books to know, okay, is this a good question or a good question? Don't worry about that at all. Leave it to me. I'll give you any important question which I feel is not there in the book. I'll give it to you. But you have to practice. So what's gonna be the approach? We are gonna go chapter wise, okay? And each chapter is done, you are going to practice the question. Chapter wise questions are also given at the back side of the book. So those of you who have got it, you can just check it out along with me now. That the first part is the content, and after the content is over, the chapters question wise, chapter wise questions start off. And after we complete each chapter in the class, it's your duty, whether I say it specifically after that chapter or not, it's your duty to practice all the questions from the backside of that particular chapter. Okay. And there are comprehensive questions which are relevant for section A, B, and C. All of them are there in the book. Right? So what's the approach gonna be? We study the content in the class, we solve a lot of questions also in the class, and then once the chapter is complete, and okay, I'll share across the notes whatever we discuss in the class, anything and everything that is covered in the class, even the slide that you are seeing, you will get it. I share all the notes. You don't have to take photos or screenshots, anything. Don't worry about that. You will get it. Okay. So you will get the Excel version of the file which I use for solving in the class. Any note which I give specifically, I cover it and I then share it with you. Okay. We are going to be studying from VGLD publication. not BPP. We are studying from VGLD publications. Please reach out to Sandeep and he will help you on this. Okay. Yeah, I will come to those questions also. So yeah, content, question solving in class, and then you solve the questions. Now, when you practice questions, it's possible that you do not understand something from the answers given in the book. Please note down those questions and raise it in the class. I will cover its solution in the class. I don't have any issues. As many questions that you ask, we will cover it because I don't want to leave the doubts for the last or the end of the syllabus. I want, and that's what you should make the best use of. If you keep solving the questions along with the classes, you can get your doubts clarified immediately. If you do it later, after the syllabus is over, after the classes are over, then you will keep struggling. Don't worry, I'll keep doubt classes later also, but then you have to wait for the doubt class now. So why to do that? If you're starting so early in the classes, so make use of your time the best way. Solve the questions along with the classes. Wherever you get doubt, note down the question number and raise it to me in the next class. Anyways, we are having 4 classes in a week. So whenever we have the next class, just raise it to me and I'll cover it. Okay? So that is something which you have to do. Now, till when the classes will run? So let me show you a couple of things here. So go to your browser and type in ACCA exam timetable. Please type this out, ACCA exam timetable. And you're going to be seeing this link, exam timetable, ACCA qualification. And if you scroll down, you'll see this is the timetable for March 2025 attempt. I'm assuming all of you are going to be trying for March 2025. Is there anyone who is taking the classes for June attempt? Or all of you are taking the exam in March? Please confirm. March? All of you are doing it for March? Perfect. Very good. In fact, I would also recommend you, if you're taking the classes now, aim for March only. Please do not postpone it to June unless it's impossible. Okay. Attempt the exam in March itself because you are going to be absorbing everything fresh now. So it's going to be completely there in your mind. So it becomes easy to write the paper as soon as you're done with the syllabus. So don't think that you will need extra time. If you just follow what I'm saying, like if you practice the questions along with the class, you will be able to complete the syllabus on time. So coming to this, so if you look at the March 2025 routine, your performance management paper always happens on Wednesday. Okay. So your exam is on 5th of March, right? And my endeavor would be, again, it also depends on the progress of the class, how much you are able to, cope with. It's okay. Normally, whatever it is, we have completed the syllabus by the mid of the month of February. Okay. So we are going to be seeing the class getting over by 15th, or it may stretch by a few classes in the next week. Plus minus 1 and 2 here you can consider, but mostly we will wrap up the syllabus by 15th of Feb. Plus minus 2 here and there. Okay. So that's going to be our plan. So you will get ample good number of days to do self study, and I'm telling you, it's a lot. It's a lot. So even if it goes up to 2-3 classes in the next week, you're gonna get a lot of time. Because see, I want to do your doubts in the class itself, so that's why it can get stretched. That's why I'm keeping it a plus minus 2-3 class. So go with the flow, just keep practicing alongside, do not keep things for the last. Now I'm going to tell you what your preparation strategy should look like from day one to day itself. Okay. So your exam is on 5th of March. Just remember that date now. Now coming back, what your strategy should be for the preparation. So you're going to do the classes with me 4 days in a week. What you are going to do is start to practice the questions once the chapter is over. Okay, chapter wise. In this way, by the time the syllabus is over, your first round of the VGLD book will be complete, right? By the mid of February, your first round of VGLD book would be complete. Then what you're going to do? You are going to do the second round of the VGLD book. Complete book? No. I'll tell you what you have to do during the first round. When you're solving questions, each of the questions during your first round, first thing what you have to do is create chapter wise Excel sheets, Excel workbooks, okay? And solve the questions, create new tabs for each question in that Excel file. So you are going to have complete Excel solution of the VGLD books questions. Are you able to follow me? Create chapter wise Excel workbooks and solve in that. Okay? Because I want you to practice on Excel or Word, whatever you're comfortable with, but you can use Excel for writing theoretical answers also. That's okay. So once you're done with the first round, you are going to highlight those questions which you faced difficulty with during the first round itself. So let's say next week, first chapter gets completed and you solve the questions of first chapter in this week. You highlight a few questions, you ask me doubts, or you were able to understand from the book solution. So, but it was a difficult one. So, what you're going to do is you're going to highlight those questions that this is a good question, or you can note it down in an Excel file that this is the questions which I'm jotting down for the second round of VGLD book revision. Are you able to follow me? So this you are going to do along with the first round of VGLD book itself, the questions which you will practice for the second round. Because when you practice so many questions, there will be some questions which are very simple and some will be the ones which are very difficult. Or there could be some questions which you feel this is a very good question, although you are able to solve it. It may not be difficult, but you feel that this is a good question. Maybe from the class questions also. That this is a question I should definitely look at before the exam. It will help me to revise the complete topic in detail. So this is what you have to do during the first round of revision along with the classes. What will you do? Tell me. You will note down the difficult questions or good questions in one Excel sheet chapter wise. This is the question I have to redo during my second round because it will not be possible to do a complete revision of the entire book second time. You won't get so much time. Okay, so just highlight those questions where you struggle, note it down, and then cover it in your second round. Now, when you are doing the second round, it is possible even then you were not able to solve a few questions. So maybe let's say you solved about 300 questions. Total number of questions approximately 250 to 300 questions are there. Out of those 250 300 questions, you have noted down some 150 questions for the second round. In that second round, you were still not able to solve 50 questions. So you note down those 50 questions during the second round and that you will do again before the exam. This you're doing second and third round, you're doing when you're getting time for self-study. Okay. So this is the way in which you're going to do 3 rounds of the VGLD book along with your along in the next 2.5 3 months. Are you able to follow me? How you're going to do 3 rounds? And I'm telling you, it gives so much confidence. Whenever you get stuck on a particular question, please go back to its notes and read what was covered in the class. That's the whole objective, that when you get stuck, you redo the notes. And in this way, your notes keep getting revised also. You're never out of touch. Right? So our schedule is regular classes and on Sundays. I'll tell you in advance so that you can also prepare, but please keep on doing it. Do not keep it for the last. I will tell you in advance, we will keep some tests also. Minimum, I'm going to try for 2 tests with you so that we complete the entire syllabus in those tests. Maybe 2, or if possible, if time allows us, we may go for a third test also. But I'll keep tests for you so that you can evaluate yourself where your preparation is standing today. Correct? So classes plus tests plus question solving. That is what you have to follow when it comes to trainings from VGLD. Clear? Second aspect is the ACCA Study Hub. All right. So let me show you what it is and how you can use it. So go to your browser and type in ACCA Study Hub. Please type this ACCA Study Hub and click on this first link by accaglobal.com. Okay. And then you scroll down and you will be able to see this. The ACCA Study Hub is available now and two options will be there. Please reach till here and confirm that you're with me on this page. Go to the browser, type in ACCA Study Hub. Do it along with me so that you can also check your login. Varsha has reached here. Others also, please confirm. All right. So then what you are going to do is click on alternate login. Click on this alternate login. Then it's going to ask your My ACCA credentials. I hope all of you have your My ACCA credentials. Please confirm. If any one of you does not have, please let me know. All of you have? Okay. So please type it. Gayatri doesn't have. Okay. Have you registered yourself with ACCA, Gayatri and Varsha, Kavya? So if you have registered, please reach out to the admin team. You should have your My ACCA login credentials. It's going to be useful. Okay. And those of you who have, oh, you haven't registered also. So if you have decided that you're going to do the course, just register yourself and reach out to the admin team. They will help you with the login credentials also. Okay. Waiting for your intermark sheet. Okay, got it. All right. So I understand. Just do it at the earliest possible. Whenever you have your things ready, reach out to the admin team. They will help you. So work username and password you can enter. And those of you who do not have your login ID, don't worry. Just look at me. It's the screen. You'll be able to follow the steps. It's very simple. And those of you who have your login credentials, please log in along with me. Okay. So sign into My ACCA. And then you go on this tab, not yet started. Go on this tab. You will see a tab like this for exams from September 24 to June 25 p.m. A tab like this you'll be able to see. Check it on your not yet started tab. I have already started it, so it's showing in dashboard for me. For you, it would be showing in not yet started. Just see if you're able to see this tab. Go through all the different tabs. You'll be seeing many tabs. Out of them, one will be PM. Let me know if you have found it. Yes? Okay. So now you click on study. Click on this study. So what you have to do, Pinky, I'm repeating my steps. if you click on ACCA Study Hub on your browser, you will see this link by accaglobal.com. And if you scroll down, you will see this alternate login. Click on this, and then you enter your login credentials, your ACCA, my ACCA account login credentials. And when you log in, you go to the dashboard. It's not showing for me here. You or not yet started tab will be there. Click on the not yet started tab and search for PM paper. Okay, you can see it over here. This image or thumbnail will be showing with this for exams from September 24 to June 25 PM. Take a look at this, Pinky, if you're able to get it. It must be showing in your not yet started tab. I've already opened it before, so it's showing in dashboard for me. Once you have also opened it, it will start showing in dashboard. But for the first time, you need to go to the not yet started tab to open the performance management paper. Are you able to follow me now, Pinky? Let me know when you are here. Oh, network is slow. So do one thing, just follow me here. And when you get good access to network, you can try it out on your own. Very simple. Just log into your ACCA Study Hub, not yet started, and then this tab. And you have to click on study. Okay. So you will be able to see this type of a screen when you log in. So chapter wise note, study text is given to you, but you don't need to access it here. You have your own detailed content which you can refer to. Okay. What you need to use out of here is the second section, the flashcards. So you are going to be learning a lot of new terms in your preparation, like information system, what they are, information security, privacy, password, hacking, audit trail. So these are the important terms which from the PM paper point of view. So they have given one-liner explanation for these. It's like a glossary, simple dictionary for your PM paper, like what is ERP, what is CRM, right? So that type of a dictionary you can consider. What you have to do is you click on the print tab. Click on this print. Okay. When you click on the print tab, it will give you an option to download it as a PDF file. So you can save it in your your folders as PM flashcards. And then you can take out a print of it also. Okay. So if you open it, this type of a list will come for you. So what you can do is take a printout of this, just 4 papers. Take a printout of this and put it on your study table. It's not like you have to memorize these terms. Don't think it like that. Don't have to memorize the definitions. It's just that these are important terms. For example, like target costing is a topic you're going to learn. So what it is in short, it is subtracting and a desired profit margin from a competitive market price to determine the maximum acceptable cost. You will learn about it. It's just that when it is in front of your eyes 24/7, it just keeps getting revised in your mind. Just 4 papers, print it and hang it on your study table so that you keep looking at them and these terms become simple for you. So that's about the flashcards. You can save it. Another thing which you have to use out of the study hub is the quizzes. Okay, flashcards, it's a one-time thing you can do. Just take a printout of it and put it, save it with you. Then quizzes is something that you will be accessing after every chapter completion. So what you have to do is just once the chapter is complete, log into your ECCA study hub and go to the section quizzes. Chapter wise quizzes there. Okay, so let's say chapter 1 is complete in the class. You will come here and you can solve these questions. So, which type of information system is most likely to assist managers involved with the day-to-day operations of a business? So, let's say it is the transaction processing system. So, I've selected this. Then randomly, I'm just selecting it here. I'm reading, solving, and I'm done with it. Okay, randomly I've selected. So it will give me how many questions I got it right. I got 2 out of 5 right. Okay, and I can review them. So review all. So this I selected while after reading. So this is right. The correct answer is C. And why it is correct, that they have explained here. Okay. Then this particular question, I did not select it right. So why is this the correct answer? It's not an effective control. So whatever necessary explanation is there, or even computations have to be done. So these were all completely theory questions. They have not given the calculation part. But if any computation also has to be done, that they will give here in the description part. Okay. So this is about the quiz section, which you can refer to after every chapter completion. Okay. And if you get any doubt, just let me know and I will take it up in the class. Okay. Practice also not needed because you're going to have questions in your book only. So this is about the ACC Study Hub, 2 sections which you can use. Are you all with me so far? Anyone left out? Please let me know. Is it clear? All right. So on that note, let's come back to the slides. So these two are done. Trainings from VGLD, then ACCA Study Hub. The third piece, a very, very important piece, is the ACCA CBE practice platform. Okay. So let me tell you what it is and how you can also log in. So open a new tab and type ACCA practice platform. Type this ACCA practice platform and click enter. Click enter and then select this first link, past exams and question practice. The link is of accglobal.com. Click on this and then scroll down and you will see this section resources and log into practice platform. What you can do is you can bookmark these important websites like ECCA Study Hub or the practice platform so that you do not have to follow this long step all the time. Like I've also, made uh, the bookmarks of it. So you can also do that. Okay. So you click on login to the practice platform. And this type of a screen will open up. See, my study hub was already logged in a different tab. So it automatically logged into the practice platform. If it is not done, it will ask you for your My ACCA login credentials or your email ID. Just provide that and you will be able to log in. Please let me know if you have reached this particular page on your laptops. Let me know if you want me to repeat any step. I'll do that. Yeah. Okay. Now you will see subject-wise tabs over here. We are doing PM now. So just click on PM, expand it. If you just click it, it gets expanded automatically. And then expand ACC official resources. You will see 3 sections here: past exam library, practice exams, and specimen exam. So let me take up any particular practice exam. So I've already assigned these to myself. So it's showing me unassigned. But please see, you will be seeing an assign button here. Assign PM practice exam 1 to yourself. Assign PM practice exam 1. And then you will see a tab opening up over here like this, PM past and practice exams. I've got multiple options here because I've opened many papers. But for you, it will be just one. If you're doing it for the first time, you'll be able to see PM practice exam 1, this type of a tab over here. And you'll be able to see a start button over here. Please let me know if you're able to follow me so far. So click on start. So you might be seeing some instructions sheet. I've already opened it in the past, so it's showing the direct section A to me. Whatever is coming, just keep clicking on next over here. You will see a next button, and you please land on the screen by clicking next, next, next. Some instructions might be coming on your screen. Just don't have to read it. I'll explain everything to you. Just come on this page, section A, and let me know when you're here. If anyone is left out, please let me know. I'll pause. Reached here. What happened? Anyways, anyone is stuck, let me know. I'll help you out. Have you reached this particular page? PM Practice Exam 1. Click on Start. And then once you click next, 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 you will land on this page. Okay? And then you start off the paper. So this type of questions you'll be able to see now. You may not understand the topic as such, but just follow what I'm trying to tell you is the different types of questions which come. So what is the budgeted life cycle cost per unit for product P? So you have to select any one. So let's say you have selected this. Then you click next. So this is a simple MCQ type of a question. Here, what is the total number of units which must be made and sold to make a profit of 45,000? So as I was telling you, you might have to type in numbers. There was no option here. Here, there is no option. It's just something that you have to type out. So if you, let's say the correct answer is 6,700, for example, but if you type 6,701, it will be marked incorrect because please remember it's a computer which is checking your answer, not a human being, that they will give you marks for just rounding off error also. Do not do anything which could change your answer even slightly. So just solve in the flow. So let's say you're getting 6,700 units. You click on next, you solve it and you get 6,700. Again, here also you have to type your answer. So don't think that it's an MCQ that you have to select out of any 4. You have to type your answers also. Okay. Then let's say this here. Which of the following is not likely to be a potential benefit of introducing the system? Okay. One thing which might have come to your mind is, ma'am, this is a practical question. Where do we solve it if we have to do the computations? So first thing is carry your calculators in exam. Calculators are allowed. Carry a simple commercial calculator. Do not depend on this particular calculator. It's of no use. So you can just simply go for a standard commercial calculator and you can make use of that. So it's very difficult, to use this type of a calculator in exam. It will just waste your time. So first thing, you can carry your calculator. Second is, if you are going for a center-based exam, you will get rough sheets in exam. And as many as you want, you can ask the invigilator for that. You will get rough sheets. So that is something you can do to write down the numbers which you are getting on your calculator, not this calculator. I'm repeating again. Do not use it. Then you can use the rough paper to do the computation. Or if you are going for remote exam, then you are not allowed to keep any paper. Please listen to me. You are not allowed to keep any paper on your study table. You can make use of the scratch pad here. Okay. Whatever you type in the scratch pad does not get submitted to the examiner. It's for you only. So if you have noted down when you're doing a calculation, there is some part which you have to note down. So let's say variance is coming as 40. So I've noted it down, and then I am doing my further calculations of the calculator. You can use Scratchpad. Scratchpad is same as rough paper. It does not get submitted to the examiner. So you can do the computations here. All right. So going to the next question. So here you have to select any one. So as I told you, some questions would be mentioning that you have to select multiple options. Okay. In that case, they will always specify how many options you have to select. If nothing is specified, please understand you have to just select one option. It will allow only to select one option. So if I just try to select multiple options, it won't let me do that. But that's a deemed assumption. If nothing is specified, how many answers they want, sorry, select just one option. Okay. Then let's go to the next one. Here also it's a simple MCQ type of a question. Simple MCQ. Again, MCQ. MCQ question. So this is like a selection type of a question. Identify by clicking on the relevant boxes whether each of the following is a Slack resource. So you have to select. You have to select one out of these two. So this is not an MCQ. It's a true false type of a question where you have to do the choices here. Then click next. Here you have to select from a drop down. So they have given you multiple options. So this is also like an MCQ only, whichever is the correct option. Just select it from the drop down. This is simple MCQ. This is also a drop down type of a question. You have to select any one. Then MCQ. Again, select the boxes. Type in your answer. Are you getting an idea of the different types of questions which can come? You can type in, you have to select the box, drop down list. Matching can also be there. Matching was not there. Matching type of a question can also be there. Okay. So now we come to section B. Let me show you what type of questions come here. So I told you there is going to be a scenario in section B. This is the first scenario. So this type of data, you have to read through it. And this same scenario will apply to 5 questions. We completed 15 questions. This is the 16th question. You can look at the question number over here. Total 34 questions are there. So 16 questions. 16th question this is. Now, this is the scenario which they have given to you. If you want to highlight something, yeah, because I want you to know what you're preparing for, right? If you just think that you have to solve questions, and now when you know you have to solve questions with keeping what in mind, it will be definitely helpful for you. So coming to this, now if you want to highlight something, when you're reading the data, you find that something is important. Okay, so this is freshly prepared. For example, this is important for me. So what I'll do is I'll highlight it. Okay. Now you can just select this, click on highlight. Once you have selected color, then you can just keep highlighting as much as you want. Okay. And it doesn't get submitted to the examiner, so don't worry what you have highlighted, and then you don't spend time on deleting it back. You can keep it as such and submit it. No problem. So this data is there. Again, calculation for section B also you will have to do on your rough pad and calculator. You do not get supporting Excel here. But I'll tell you something here. So if you feel there are going to be times when you feel that it's better to solve in Excel, I'll tell you a trick when I come to section C. Okay? But that is to be done only if you feel you're not able to do it on pen and paper, and doing it in Excel will be better. Because there are sometimes when you might feel so. So for that, what you have to do, I'll tell. So let's say you are here in this particular question. You can click on navigator here. Okay, you can click on navigator. It will, all of this will be available in your real exam also. And you go to any section C question. Okay, let's say I'm going to question number 31. I was on question number 16. Now I'm going to 31. So 31 also does not have an Excel file. I click on next. This has got an Excel file. So what you can do is any calculation which you have to do. Let's say you have done 2, 4, 6. You had to find out its sum. And you do that. You have calculated that it's 12. I'm telling you just for example. You have calculated 12. Delete it. Again use the navigator button. Come back to question number 16 from here. This is something you can do if you want to use Excel. Otherwise, make use of rough paper and calculator. So here also you will see the same type of answers, options. Maybe you have to type in, or you may have to select from one of the options. Okay. I'm not reading through the question, just, okay, look at this. Which two? I told you, no? If two options are to be selected, they will always specify which two of the following statements are true. If I just select one and I go to the next one, just remember that it will get marked incorrect. You have to be very careful when you read the questions. And I'll tell you one thing which I've observed is that whenever they want you to select two options now, the check boxes, two or more, basically anything more than one, if they want you to select, the check boxes which they give are square in shape. This is one observation I've seen while solving many question papers. May or may not be true, but this is something which I've observed in most of the questions. This has been true. If so, be very, very careful. It will not throw you an error message that you have selected just one. So if it is asking you to select two, you have to select two to get the full marks. If you select just one and move to the next, you don't get any marks. So you lose your 2 marks. So which two of the following statements are true? Select two and then move to the next one. Okay, see here, the shape of the checkbox is circle. Where it wanted me to select two, mostly I've seen that they will give you a square checkbox. So this is something you can keep in mind. Okay, this type of questions are there. Again, checkbox, I mean this selection type of questions, true, false. And now the next scenario comes in. So you will see that the same Milo scenario was given in each of the questions from 16 to 20. The same scenario was given. Do not start reading the scenario every time. Just read it once and read it properly. Okay. Now, next question. Question number 21. You will see a new scenario has come. Corfe company. Okay. So read through it properly. Okay. And I'm going to try one thing. I think it should work. So for example, you have to make use of this table data. You have to do some calculation on the basis of it. So I've selected the table. I'm doing Control C. And let me see if it works. If I just go to that question number 32 and press Control V. No, it does not work. It allows you to copy from here at least. So for example, I just want to copy this part. It allows me to copy that. I was just seeing whether it allows inter question copying or not, but it doesn't, I think. This it is allowing, but again, it's not in a good shape. No, not something which you can use. But copying pasting is allowed. Your text part you can copy. So I'll just go back to question number 21. Yeah, so different scenario. You read through the data, solve it on your pen and, your rough paper and your calculator. So again, same scenario, question becomes different. Question number 22. So I hope you have now got a feeler of the types of question that can come. So they have given different statements here and you have to select which one is the right option here. Again, you will see because you have to select just one, there are round checkboxes. Now, question number 26. So, question number 21 to 25, same scenario was coming on the left hand side. Only the right hand side part was changing. Now, question number 26, new scenario. Hellot Company. Okay. Then this all data is there. See again, which two of the following statements you will see square check boxes. You get to select two options here. Okay. Then you have to type in your answer. And you have to scroll down. That's a feature that you have to always scroll down. See again, here it is two option selection. They have given you square check boxes. You have to select just one round check box. You have to always scroll down, then only it allows you to move to the next question. Now with that, section A and B questions are done. Then comes your section C question. There are going to be two constructed response questions and let me show you how they look like. I click on next. This is the scenario. You can resize if you want or just let it be the way it is. The following scenario relates to one requirement. So very rarely you will find this, but it has happened over here, is that they have given you just one question here. No subparts, one question directly of 20 marks. So I told you anything can happen. They can use any split. So there is no specification which ACCA gives. So this one question is for 20 marks. And this one long scenario you have to read and use it to solve the question. Discuss the financial and non-financial performance of Jungle Company for the year ended 31st August 16. So you read through it and you solve. Okay. So this is one scenario. And it's going to be lengthy. So you have to get used to handling a lot of data. Because section C scenarios, they tend to be lengthy. Section B scenarios, they are not that lengthy, but section C scenarios are. Okay. So you have to get used to reading the questions slowly, steadily, absorbing the points. So let's say you want to just highlight this annual service fees. So make use of the highlight function over here. You can do that. Okay. Now I'll move to the next question. This is the next situation. CSC company. CSC company is a health food company producing and selling three types of high energy products, so and so. Okay. So this is gonna be relevant for 5 requirements. Okay. So this is part A. Assuming that CSC company keeps to its agreement with Encompass Health, calculate the shortage of better, the resulting optimum production plan and total profit for the next month. You're going to learn all of this. Don't worry about what is getting asked. Just see which type of questions can get framed. Again, it's a long scenario. See, so many things out here. So that's what you're going to learn in the class. Different question solving, how you can handle so much data. And move to the next one. Then this is part B. So the earlier question, if I just go back, it was for 6 marks. This question was for 6 marks. Okay. And then I click on next. No, every question wherever Excel is needed, they will give you a fresh Excel sheet. So whichever answer option is there on the screen, whether it is Word file over here or in the previous question Excel, it's relevant to that subpart only. So fresh Excel will be provided to you for each question. I'll just see if it is there in this paper only. I'll be able to show it to you also. So this particular Word file is just for part B of the question. So discuss whether CSC company should reach the agreement. This is carrying 4 marks. Then I just move. This part, do not start reading it again and again. Same scenario will be there. Click next. Now see, part C, part 1, 2, 3. No calculations are needed for part C. So therefore, they have not given you another Excel file. But this Word file, they have given you again. So when you're writing your answer, let's say you have written your answer here. I'm copying and pasting it here. This is something which you should also do. Give a heading like this: discussion on whether CSC company should breach the agreement with Encompass Health. Give it a bold touch and start writing your answer. You can do Control B again. And whatever, it should breach the agreement because. Okay, one thing is you can use, I don't know, maybe you are doing it already. I'm just telling a very basic thing. If I want to go across words, so if I just press right arrow, it takes me across one letter at a time. I just want to skip through the entire word. So I can press control and left arrow. It takes me back to the beginning of should. Again, I press control arrow. It takes me back to the beginning of it. So very basic thing, but again, these can help you to save time. So I'm mentioning. Again, if I have to select, so I can do shift and left arrow, it will select one letter at a time. Or if I want to select the entire word in one go, I can press control shift right arrow or left arrow, whichever direction you want to go. So that selects the entire word. Okay. So these are some things which you can use. It should do this. I'm just writing like that. Okay. Now if I just move ahead, you will see that I've used this sheet. Now you will be able to see a fresh sheet for section C question. So each part will have its own specific Excel and Word file. You don't have to use anything from before or after. Okay. And now also, like one thing which you should observe is this section, this part has got 3 subparts. So what I would do in exam is copy this, paste it here. Okay, copy this, paste it here. Explanation of what the line labeled this is. I'll just select it, make it bold. Okay, I pressed Control Shift up arrow or Control Shift down arrow and it selects the entire file. I mean, entire statement line for me this time. So I press Control B and it makes it bold. Now I will write down, I'll undo bold and I'll write down, it means that so and so. Okay, I write down my answer. Then when I have to write for second part of the question, I again do Control C. This is done. Second part, Control V. So explanation of how the optimum production and so whatever is there. So you are seeing what I'm doing is beautification and time saving beautification. It's not taking me any time. I'm just doing Control C, Control V. And what it does is it makes it very easy for the examiner to follow what you have written where. So when I've given proper heading and I've given reference number also, examiner will be able to follow. He doesn't have to search through your entire answer to understand, okay, part 1 is solved here, part 2 is solved here, and part 3 is solved here. I'm giving him good headings and telling you, keep this in mind. You have to make the life of the examiner easy. Give everything to him or her served in a platter so that they don't have to do any hard work. They just have to read and allot you marks. Okay. So once you have written your answer, then you can move to the third part also. So it means that then again, I'll do the same thing for part 3. Control C and Control V. You can give a colon here towards the end instead of a full stop. Okay. And here also, Control Shift up arrow, Control B, and the colon. Here what I'll do is explanation of what a slack value is and identification. So you have to make it in a proper sentence form and identification from the graph where slack will occur. Here also, identification. You have to change the verbs accordingly. Okay. I hope you got an idea how you have to write now. One more thing which I want to cover with you. If you have any doubts now, please type it out. I'll take it up. So one more thing which I have to discuss with you are the different elements you can see on your screen here. So this is a reset button. If I click this, everything which is there will vanish. Do not press it in exam, your answers will go away. Ma'am, if I accidentally press it, press Control Z, it will come back. You undo the step. Control Z is the undo step. So please be careful of this button, and if it accidentally gets clicked, do not panic, just press Control Z. Okay. So this is reset button. Then this is a cut button. Cut you can do using your keyboard shortcut Control X. You may not use this. You can just use Control X. And then what is the paste shortcut? Control V. Here you have the paste button. Please do not use it. Clicking takes more time. Keyboard shortcut saves time. So you can use Control X, Control V. Then similarly, I can copy also like I was doing. Control C and Control V, the copy shortcuts work, keyboard shortcuts. So you can do it from here also. It gives you that option. Then undo button is also there. But you can do what? Control Z for undo and Control Y. So let's say I delete this. Okay, I delete this. So if I do Control Z, it will bring it back. And if I do Control Y, it will redo the step. That means it will again delete it. So these buttons are there. Control Z, that is undo and redo buttons are there. But again, you can use the normal keyboard shortcuts, Control Z and Control Y. Okay. Now, if you want to find and replace something, this is something you can do, or you can press Control F also, that will work. So if you want to, let's say, while writing your answer, instead of writing CSC company, you wrote using C company. And now you want to replace everywhere in your answer C company as CSC company. You can do that. It will find and replace. I'll come back to you, Pinky. So let's say what I was showing is, I've written C company everywhere. By mistake, I did not read the paper carefully. Later, I realized that, oh no, I've written everywhere C company. What you should do is select it and press Control F. Okay. And then replace it with CSC company. So find and replace. So you see what happened in the background? C company got replaced with CSC company. So that's the function of the search bar. You can press Control F also to get it. Then bold you can do using Control B. You want to make something italics, you can select it and do Control I. It becomes italics. You want to remove it, press Control I again, it gets removed. Same with bold also. You want to make something bold, click Control B, it will make it bold. You want to remove it, So select it again, press Control B, the bold goes away. You want to underline something, you can do Control U or you can click this button. If you want to remove it, press Control U again, it goes. This is a strike through function, but I don't see its utility a lot. So it's basically if you want to strike through this, you can use it. But there's no point of it, because if you want to remove something, instead of striking it through, you will delete it. No. So I don't see its use much, but then this option is available. So I've told you that. Then this is superscript and subscript functions. So let's say you want to write something, right? Like 4 to the power of 3. So one thing which you can do is, you can write 4 and this upward arrow. This upward arrow is present on your 6 button. So you can press Shift 6 and this upward arrow comes in. So one thing is you can write it like this, 4 raised to the power 3. This is how it is read. Or what you can do is, if you want to really show it as 4 raised to the power 3, you can select 3 and click on superscript and it takes it up. But remember, you have a timed exam. You have to save your time. Why waste time on something that's not going to get you any extra marks? So what you should do is simply do this. 4 raised to the power of 3 is equals to whatever you want to write. You can write down. But you have the option to make it superscript. Similarly, let's say you have to type BA. with A in the subscript. So you can use this. It will take it to the subscript. But again, if you have to write BA the way it is written above and still you write it as BA like this, normally they won't deduct your marks for sure. Okay, so don't worry at all. So you can save your time. Don't waste time on unnecessary stuff. If you just write it like this also, it's okay. Then this is of no use. Clear formatting. If you want to remove formatting, you can just select it and the formatting goes away. So this is there. Then this you don't change. There are different typing styles, but paragraph is the best one, so you can use it. Don't waste your time unnecessarily. If you want to insert table, this is interesting and useful also. If you, let's say you are talking about the, let's say for fourth question was advantages and disadvantages of limiting factor. So let's say you have to talk about this and you are doing it in a tabular format. So what you will do is go to this button, table, and let's say you have to talk it like this. You want to write it like this. Advantages in this column. And you can press tab to move to the next cell. Okay, I'll just show you what I've done. So I was in this cell, okay? I was here. I click tab, it just makes me go to the next cell. If I want to again come back to the previous cell, I can press shift tab. See, my cursor again came back here. So tab moves you to the next cell. Shift tab again moves you backwards. Okay. So this is how you can use the tabular feature here. You can then write down your points here. Like number one advantage is so and so. Point number one is it is useful. Here you want, again I pressed tab. See, I use these, I'm telling you these shortcuts, you can save time. When you move the cursor and place it here, it takes few extra seconds. Here you can write one, it is not useful. I'm writing random points right now. Okay, which is not useful. So this is one thing which you can use, the table function. Then you have the options to do left alignment, right alignment, all of that. So let me show you. This is automatically left aligned. You can do center alignment also, right alignment also, justified alignment also. This is something you can do, but again, let it be on left side only. No point in doing all of this unnecessary gimmicks. Then you can write in bullet points. So let's say you want to write, it means this. It also means this. You can write in bullet points, or you can make it a numbered list also, like this. So maybe bullet or numbered list, whatever you want to do, you can do that. And this one is the indent change option. So let's say I want to take it a little towards the right. I don't want to make it right alignment. I want to take it a little towards the right. So what I do is I just click this. See? Okay, now again, I want to take it back. I can decrease the indent. Increase as much as you want, you can do that. And you can decrease it also. Clear? So these are all the functions and tabs which are present in your Word file. Now, please let me know if it is clear. Any option that you're not understanding, let me know. I'll explain it again. This is a print function, not useful. You don't need it. Clear? All right. Please take 2 minutes, observe through the different options. Let me know if you want help on any one. I'm using basic keyboard shortcuts and I'm telling also, you can also start using it when you work on your laptops. Yeah, I will cover that also. Thanks for highlighting, Varsha. I'll cover that. Okay. So this is about the different functions here. Now I have got a doubt from Pinky. So if you're not able to clear the FR paper, then what should I do? Okay. So your results will come next month, right? It will come by 15th of January. Now, This time, you don't even think about what's going to happen in FR. I would really suggest keep a fresh mind, fresh slate, start your preparation for the PM paper. Or if you're doing multiple papers, then that also. But keep your mind fresh. Don't think what will happen in FR. Now, on 15th of January or whenever the exam exact result date is, so let's say on 15th of Jan, you find out you passed the FR paper. Very good. I hope really that it helped. That is what happens. Second option or second possibility is that you are not able to clear it for whatever reason. Now, on that date, what happens mostly with a lot of students when they have attempted a paper and then they don't qualify it, the confusion is whether they should do the FR paper again in the next attempt or they should go for the paper which they are already studying. I always recommend that if you want to continue with the flow which you're doing, so let's say by the time of 15 Jan, you're feeling very confident in FM or PM, whatever paper that you're doing. Okay. So let's say we are doing a PM here. So you're very comfortable with PM preparation. I would suggest do not break the flow. Go in the flow and appear for the PM paper. And if you are only studying, that means you're not doing any job, you don't have any other college, any other work, then you can appear along with this paper, FR paper also. Because you have already studied it, so you won't take a lot of time there. Correct? So you won't need a lot of time. So that is a decision you can make on 15th of January. If you want to give FR and PM together in the March attempt, that is something you can do. Or you can go with the flow, give PM with a fresh mind. So two options only you keep open. And then if you are giving PM in this attempt in March, you can keep FR for the June attempt. So in this way, you don't stress out and you get ample time and you're giving every paper its due chance and going ahead. Okay. So since you are a homemaker, you will have time. You're not doing any other job. And if you're able to take out time, because being a homemaker also has, oh my God, now I understand. So Pinky has got 2 kids. Now that's a full-time job, I'll say. I've also got 2 nieces at my home and I know how much time it takes to take care of the kids. So completely understand. Then I would suggest go for one paper at a time. Don't stress yourself out. Go, and in any ways, the exams are done quarterly. So go with one paper at a time and go with that flow. So if you're able to clear FR, well done. If you're not able to clear FR, go for PM paper in June. In March and FR in June. Okay. But you can again, of course, reach out to me on 15 Jan also. I'll help you out if there is anything else that you need clarity on. Okay. All right, coming back, next question which I got was, ma'am, what is the self formula sheet? That I'll show you. So this will be available on any question screen. So even if I'm in section C, even if I'm in section B or A, this tab will always be there for you. Okay, so first thing is exam instructions. Okay, very basic thing. Do not read it during exam at least. Then you have the formula sheet. So ACCA provides you the formula of few important things. Okay, so they have given you so that you do not have to memorize these long formula. That's the best thing about ACCA. It's not about memorizing stuff. They really want you to execute practical skills. So they give you the formula of long equations so that you can just open it here. So let's say I'm in this particular sheet, the previous question where the Excel was given. Okay, suppose this question which was given over here, it wanted me to solve regression analysis. So what I will do is I'll go to this. I'll keep it open here in the side. I'll resize it so that I can see my screen fully. And I'll type, let's say, regression analysis I'm doing here. And let's say the first variable is A. I solve for A. I can keep looking at the formula on the side. And whatever numbers I have calculated, I can apply the formula very easily. Okay, summation Y. Let's say the summation Y value which I've calculated is 45 by, I'll have to put equals to 45. N is the number of pairs, so 5 I'm taking random numbers, okay? Minus B. B I have to compute. So let's say I just solve it till here. I solve B first. I'll keep looking at the formula, do the solution here, and I get, let's say, 56. Okay, B is coming as 56. So what I will do is press double click to open it. And minus, I will link it. B is what, 56? Into summation X, let's say, is 2 by, and I'll put this inside a bracket, by 5. So like this, I will solve. So the formula sheet is to help you on some different difficult formula which is there in the syllabus, and then you can solve for y equation, regression analysis. Y is equals to a plus bx. Solve for it by linking it. A plus b into, let's say, x is 5. So you have got y is what? Similarly, this is the correlation formula. Okay. This is the correlation formula. This is the learning curve formula. Y equals to ax raised to the power of b, and what each of these elements mean. Okay. Other subject also shows formula. Yes, yes, yes. Formula sheet, relevant formula for that particular subject, it will be there. You're right, Ritesh. So learning curve here, and then demand curve here. So what I would suggest is keep a printout of this ready with you, so that anytime later also, if you want to know whether a particular formula is there in the formula sheet or not, you can just quickly refer to this. Okay, you can keep a printout of this with you in your laptop. Okay, so this is there. And constructive response question help. So how the different icons work, which I've already told you. So you don't have to read through this. This is of no use. We have already covered it. And I'll come to the Excel, this part also we'll discuss. But formula sheet is something you can use. And any day if you feel confused that whether this formula will be provided to me in exam or not, just open this formula sheet and you will get to know. Okay. Now coming back. Now, as we discuss the different elements of the word processor part, let's discuss the different elements of the Excel also, which will be provided to you. So this is quite similar. If you click on this, it will just reset everything. So I'm not doing that. Then cut button, copy button, paste button. Same, you can use Control X, Control C, Control V. Then format painter is there, not useful. Then undo, redo button is there. This is for zooming, if you want to zoom it a lot. But again, no use, let it be on 100%. Then if you want to change the font size, so let's say you want to make it 20. Again, it will look, it's of no use. Do not change this unnecessarily. Let it be 11. Then Control B, Control I, Control U. You want to color the font, you can do that. Let's say I want to make it red. I can do that. So this is one thing you can use or may not choose, leaving it to you. If you want to highlight your final answer, let's say you want to put it in a different color so that it just, blows out for the examiner. So you can make use of this. You can color your final answer. That is something you can do so that the examiner's eyes just lands on this, that, okay, the final answer is this. If it is matching, mostly the calculation will be right. So that helps the examiner to quickly give you marks. Then left alignment, center alignment, right alignment is there. Then if you want to change the decimal place, so let's say I want to put it up to 2 decimal place, I can do that. I want to remove the decimal place, I can do that. I want to, okay, so let me show you what it is trying to do. So I want to place it with commas. Okay, I come to this, and if I press double click, it will just increase the length of the cell. So this is 10 million. So this places commas. The third one, it places commas and removes decimals. And if I want to keep decimal also, so it will put decimal up to 2 decimal places. Okay. So this is the use of this particular function. Now, if I want to use currency, but I would suggest not to use that one. You can simply write dollar using your laptop, Shift and 4 if you press, you can get the dollar sign. So rather than, using this long list to do it, just simple trick, use Shift and 4 button. Now let's say this was a percentage. I want to write something as 0.1. 0.1 is 10%, right? So I want to present it as a percentage. I click on this. So I get to convert it into percentage form. So this you can do. Fraction won't be useful. If you want to write something as a fraction, you can use it, but not useful. You can anyways write it like this, equals to, let's say I want to write 3 by 4. So I write it like this. Why do you use this function? I can use the slash on the keyboard only. So that is 75 and I want to convert it into percentage. You can do that. Okay. So these are the different features which are available to you on the Excel sheet. These are the edit functions. Now, one more thing which you can make use of is the format part. Okay, one thing, you can adjust the row like this, and rows and columns, whatever you want to adjust, you can do that. And that's free. If you want to, if you just double click, or it auto adjusts. So if I just double click, it auto adjusts to the longest length content of any cell. Okay. Now, this function is there. You can resize manually, or you can use double click to automatically adjust. Then format button is there. Now in this, you just click on format cells. This all is there on the front screen only, so not using it from here. Alignment, if you go, you will see this wrap text button here. What does wrap text do? Let me show you. If I click OK, and it was this, okay? And now I go to edit, sorry, format cells, and I select wrap text. So see what it did. It just, wraps up the text within that particular column length. So you may either increase the length, or if you want to just keep it same, you can use the wrap text function so that whatever you have written becomes visible to the naked eye. Then again, format cells, alignment. This is wrap text here. And if you want to put borders, again, not something I would recommend using and wasting your time in exam, but you have the option to place things inside a bracket. So if I just select which style and which border type and click OK, it just puts this inside a border. But no point in doing so if you have to do something in the tabular format. Anyways, the grid lines are there. So you can use that. But if you want to put it inside proper borders and you are having time in exam, you have this option here. Format cells, and then border. Clear? So these are all the features which are available to you in exam. Highlight, or be it, the different functions of the Excel and the word processor. Take 2 minutes, observe the elements. Let me know if you have anything that you want me to discuss. Let me know if it's good to go ahead, then we'll move to the next part. Very good question by Varsha. And I'll read it out. Everyone, whenever you type your messages now, just put it to everyone. So whoever is there in the class, they'll be able to read. And anyways, I'll read it out for those who are going to see recorded lecture later. Please respond to all or everyone whenever you're typing a message. Now the question which is there is, ma'am, can I do the calculations on a rough page and paper? Okay, whatever calculations I have to do for section C. Section B, anyways, that's what you have to do. But for section C, the question is, can I do the calculation on Word, on a pen and paper, and then just copy the numbers in Excel? The answer is no, you cannot. You will not get marks, because that's the whole objective of ACCA, to make you ready for the real world. Okay, Varsha? Because you have to do these things in real world. You cannot be doing rough paper calculation first and then putting it on Excel. So with the classes I'm going to solve everything on Excel. You will get so used to it. I'm telling you, by the end of it, you'll start finding Excel more comfortable. So do not do this that you do the computation on calculator and you put hard code the numbers here. No. As I was telling that I link and solve. See here also, while I was explaining you randomly, I linked and solve. I did not even write 56. I linked it and solved it. That's what you also have to do. Show the examiner the computations. It is important to get marks. Otherwise, what I would have done is I do the calculation on the calculator and randomly just type up 13.4 here. You won't get marks. Showing the computation to the examiner is carrying marks, so you have to do it. Okay. And don't worry that you are not comfortable with Excel till now. You will become comfortable. Just log in using your laptop, and when we solve in the class, do it along with me. And wherever you get stuck, ma'am, I was not able to put this formula correctly, and I'll explain it to you. But you have to have that agenda in mind that I have to become comfortable with Excel. If any question comes in section C, I will do the computation in Excel itself. Okay. All right. So now that was about the practice platform. Now, one more thing which I want to show you is that once you are done with this, okay, let's say you are done with the paper, you click next. You're done with this also, and you click next. And finally, this one also, you click next. And then once this is done, they will show you a summary view of what you have done, which questions you attempted, which you have not. And then you press end exam. It will ask you whether you want to end the exam. You click on next. Yes. Yes. And the exam is ended. Okay. Now you click on exit. So your paper gets submitted now. To whom? It's there on your portal only. So now you want to see the answers to the questions that you have just solved. So what you have to do is you go to the mark section, and we just submitted one of the past papers here. So you will be able to see. So I submitted it today now, 7th December. So you can see PM Practice Exam 1. And I open it again. Click on self mark. You have to click on self mark here. And now you'll be able to see the answer to all your questions. You can see the question also here. If you click on question stem, show, you'll be able to see the question also, answer also here with the necessary explanation and the computation which you need to solve it. So ACCA practice platform not just gives you question, it gives you the answers also with the necessary explanation. So the correct answer was 22,500. So they have told you why the answer is 22,500 here. And this is available for all the questions. See, all the question, you will get an explanation on what is the right answer. And you will see that for section C questions also. You can see it for section B here in the same way. And you will see it for section C also. If you click here to see the sample answer, it will show you the justification, the reasoning part. Now moving to section C, question C. I click here to see the sample answer. You can see this is the suggested solution. This was the question. No? Discuss the financial and non-financial performance. This is the answer. The computations also, they have given it to you here. And what is the marking scheme that they have followed, like which element was carrying what marks? The marking scheme will be given to the examiner to give you marks. So this is the marking scheme and the model answer. So this answer was carrying 20 marks. If you want, you can take out a printout also. How? Just click on this, switch to presentation mode and press Control P. You'll be able to download it as a PDF file. Okay. If you click on print, it will get downloaded as a PDF file. Similarly, you can see for 32 also. Just click on this, click here to see the sample answer, and you will be able to see the sample answer for 32 also. If I click presentation mode, these all are the computations which was expected. So all the answers are there. Again, this one also you can press Control P and print it. Then this was 32, And then 33, what is the answer? Click here to see. This is the answer for 33. And what I had written, that also I can see here. See? Similarly, in 32 also. Like, you will be able to see your answer here, whatever you had written. And 31 also something if I'd written, no, I did not write anything. So you can see your answer and you can see the model answer alongside it. Okay. So all the answers will be available. See, remember I was doing all these computations, so it gets reflected over here. Similarly, 34 also. See, I was writing all of this. It shows here, and what the correct answer is to see, you can click here to see the sample answer. Okay. So that is the use of practice platform, and that's how you have to use it. You will get a lot of such papers which you can solve for along with your preparation. Okay. So I'll read out Varsha's query. So based on the exams I've written so far, any 2-marker questions would usually have around 4 to 5 step working. So in section B, since it's 2-marker questions, would the question asked also be of that form, or would it be lengthy or working? No, it's not like that. In fact, I've seen that section B questions, they tend to be slightly smaller. So formula, it was there on the exam screen. On the below part, you will see help/formula sheet. It's not here. I've come to the answer part. If you see the questions, wherever, when I clicked on the question paper, you will be able to see here. On the left-hand side below, you will see a button, help/formula sheet. So there's nothing like that if like whether the section A questions will be lengthy or section B questions will be lengthy, nothing like that. They give a mix and match. It's possible that one question could be lengthy and another could be very easy if it's like a true or false or just a simple MCQ question. So that is the approach which gets followed in section B also. Okay. Yes, justifiable working requirement. It's not like section B requirements will be lengthier. They also give an averaged, if there are 5 questions, let's say 5 sub questions in section B, it is possible. Question number 1 is lengthy, but question number 5 will hardly take you 20 seconds. So that's what I've observed over time, that they give overall this, it's a 10-mark question. So this much time you will take overall, that's manageable. Okay. All right. So with that, we wrap up the part of the practice platform. So we'll pause here for the day also before I take up the next resource. It will take some time. So CV practice platform is done. And we will meet on Monday again to continue our discussion on the remaining aspects. And I'll also discuss few other things like mock exam. Mock exams are also available on the practice platform. So we will discuss all of that in the next class. Okay. I hope all of you are able to follow. I'm telling you, it's a very interactive class. If you have even the smallest of doubt, just please ask me. I will address it. And no harm in asking again, even if you have any problem again. So, Ritesh, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the classes will be from 7 a.m. to 9:30. And Saturday, it will be 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Okay. All right, try to join as much on time. We will start by 7:05. Between that, we normally start off our class. Okay. Thank you so much. I have the next FM. Is it going to be the same introduction? Yes, more or less, it's going to be the same content only because the foundation of both PM and FM is same. So if you want to skip, it's okay. It's going to be the same thing. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Acha, wait, Varsha. Please do join in because FM class will be longer than this. So I will be covering more aspects. So try to join in there. You may skip for first 1.5 hours and then you can join later if you want. Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Please take care of yourselves. Thank you.